Welcome back to another episode of Cactus Plays Phoenix Wright is Attorney. My name is Bobby.
I'm Kevandre.
And last time we got Luchador Gant up on the stand and made him freak the fuck out.
Yeah. He got struck by lightning or something.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then Bobby attempted to take a screenshot, but he fucked it up.
Yeah, I just disconnected the controller because that's what I do.
Classic.
And now we're just in the fallout of that revelation that, hey, you accompanied Detective Goodman to the evidence room. You had to have. And then you murdered him.
Rude.
Very rude, right? So, the blood would get everywhere, and he's wearing white clothes. Just not a good time for murder, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta have some sense of timing with these things.
Agreed.
Anyways, to continue where we left off.
Luchador Gant, you didn't.
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder.
It is, pretty spicy choice.
Yeah.
After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prostitutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prostitutor's office's parking lot.
Yeah, in your car.
In my fucking car. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prostitutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the Luchador police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it?
You ordered Meekins.
Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prostitute's office. I don't think so.
Luchador Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prostitute's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space.
Is it the Blue Badger?
How could the Luchador have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
I think it's the Blue Badger.
To move the victim's body, Luchador Gant used this.
I mean, is
it my attorney's badge?
Is it the badger? Is it the attorney's badge? That's fucking great. Maybe this.
Yeah, I don't know if we've used that for anything, right?
I don't think so either, and I'm not seeing anything else. Oh yeah, he used his shoes, or the Spritzy.
Yeah, the Spritzy, of course.
Yeah, from past case of Edgeworth, brought back to his office by Gant's request. Huh.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Was there anything weird with this? I mean, just the tag, right? That we all saw?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, he got Edgeworth to come...
Right, so Edgeworth transported the body in the back of his car.
And didn't know about it because he thought he was just grabbing some evidence and some paperwork.
Bringing it to Lana.
Gotcha, so that way when she got back, she could do the whole stage the knife thing.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes more sense.
This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does this have to do with this case?
It's easy. Clearly the Luchador has a screw loose.
Thank you. I'm here all day.
He always likes to give people named Philip head, too, I believe.
In the evidence ring?
Yeah, of course, while he's peeing in the...
Yeah, it's actually Detective Philip Goodman.
Oh, yes.
That's how this all went down?
Yeah, it wasn't Bruce the entire time.
Yeah, he had a twin who was also a cop, who also wore white.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime.
Detective Goodman is the bride dressed in white.
Oh, that's way better.
Boom!
Love it.
What is the screwdriver doing here?
It's here because...
You dumb fuck.
Don't stab me with the fucking screwdriver. I was asked to go. By Luchador Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prostitutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prostitutor's office.
But you did, because Luchador Gant asked you to.
You mean I
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car, along with some fine muff. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car?
Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Luchador.
Ooh, spicy when you said that.
Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Sky.
Order, order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal in the defense's outrageous accusations?
No.
You need to be an impartial judge?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prostitute's office.
It seems like a long time ago.
It's been a bit.
This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of the body being taken from the truck.
Luchador Gant, please say something. I believe in life after love.
Oh shit.
Your time's up.
Motherfucker.
My time's up. Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. Bye!
Okay, bye.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police luchador has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons.
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
You probably should have done it much earlier, you dumb fuck.
Yeah. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy.
I want you to tell them to run away. I want them to call you Captain Runaway, or Colonel Runaway.
I want to run away.
Yeah, that was one of the better episodes from Doctor Who.
Oh,
for,
okay.
For anybody who got that. So, I like you if you understood that joke.
They did not.
Tell me that you understood it down in the comments below, so that way I can high-five you in person next time we meet.
I assume that Garrison gets it because he watched Doctor Who. And is
Obviously.
wrong about all of the,
He is
followers.
very wrong. He watched Doctor Who and got all the wrong opinions, which is worse than not watching it.
Yeah, that's just like Garrison in everything he does. So it's fine.
No, he knows.
Oh, he does like us playing this, so that's
right,
fine.
Right. So he has some good taste.
That's the one exception.
Right.
I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current Luchador of Police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Do we have concrete proof that he stabbed you?
Your Honor.
Do you have any concrete proof?
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either. Proof that Luchador Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body?
Do I have any concrete proof?
It's just like this game to always be like, yeah, you should always be like, yes, I have this, and at the last second pull the rug out and be like, you're supposed to say no.
Yeah, it is exactly what they would do. I don't think we've got anything, though. Otherwise, we might have used that before.
Right.
We've got blackmail material.
Right, and this knife...
But that was her choice. That wasn't anything to do with him.
Right. This thing is still from Edgeworth. We already established that. Aha, we can present the Blue Badger.
Of course.
He did it. Autopsy report. Which, no. That's not conclusive enough. Anything in here? Oh, no, never mind. I was hoping it'd give a more detailed phone record, but I guess not. Fuck. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say we have no proof.
It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself.
Rude motorcycle.
Jesus.
Fuck you, buddy.
Anyways. No, Your Honor. At precedence, I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Edgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the Luchador.
Fuck you, Judge. I never followed an appropriate thing. You need to calm down, Judgy.
What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto.
That is a good tip.
It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. Later, bitches.
He throws up the deuces and walks out.
Yeah, he just teleported away.
Oh, shit.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Ow.
Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method is to prove is testimony. Something.
But Luchador Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions.
Yes, the Blue Badger.
Raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
If he says D's nuts, I'm gonna lose it.
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling the witnesses today.
Shut the fuck up, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now.
Having such a good time.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth.
And it's fucking Lana, obviously. Or... Nah.
Yeah, perfect.
No.
The defendant? Miss Lana Sky?
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth?
The prostitution has no objections, Your Honor. That dude did it.
Very well.
Yeah?
The court will now take its final recess for the day.
God damn it.
In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony.
We don't need any more recesses. Just get it over with. We're so close to the end.
Lamau. This court is now in Hold on!
Oh, shit.
Huh? Luchador Gant, I thought you were going to eat.
I thought it was going to be Larry Butts there for a second.
Oh, that'd be
I
great.
really did.
Listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
Thank you. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Dude, are you, like, openly blackmailing on the stand?
Yes, he is.
What the fuck?
This isn't good.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
Toodles. The fuck?
Okay, if there aren't any further objections...
I would have literally all the objections.
Yeah.
I would throw an actual law book at you.
This court is now in recess.
You asshole judge. What a motherfucker. Anyways, February 25th, 2:04. What day is today?
Today is the 22nd.
Oh, so close. Is it... Wait. So it's the 22nd?
The 25th will be Wednesday. So, that'll be the other series.
Is today the 22nd?
Today is the 22nd.
Then the 25th will be Tuesday.
That's not what I said. No, it would still be this series, but it wouldn't be this episode. Though it's still the same day, so, fair enough.
Whatever. Anyways, but also, it's the 22nd of February from Hot Fuzz, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Do you remember that line?
I do remember Hot Fuzz.
Where he goes into the pub and is asking all the kids, when's your birthday? And someone just calling out, and he kicks him out. And then one is like a ginger kid with a red afro. And he's like, when's your birthday? 22nd of February. Just right at the bat. He's like, what year? Every year. And it's so sassy, and I love it.
Yes, I agree.
It was excellent delivery on that kid's part. I wish he was in everything.
Oh.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That Luchador, he's something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe.
Is that why all the piss has been in my fucking locker? I'm not a detective anymore.
I forgot about that joke.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now, Pilgrim. At your office.
My office?
Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
Good he mean. Maya?
Oh, I missed that sassy face.
I miss her so much.
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now.
Mr. Wright.
Luchador Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said?
But Luchador, this is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risk? What do you mean by that?
It's simple. He's gonna take South America and win the game.
If the chief refuses to testify, he can't testify in his defense later. It's a flat-out refusal, I'm guessing?
The opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Hey!
Hey, girl, how's
It's
it
our
going?
favorite murderer.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucked up.
Emma, are you okay?
Are you okay, Emma? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. There's lots of paintings there.
So, she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Well, if you hadn't murdered a guy.
Ever since her appointment as Luchador Prostituter, everyone who knew her said she changed.
I mean, I've gone my whole life without murdering a fool. So, you know, it's not that hard. Emma,
You've also gone your whole life without meeting a luchador prostituter. Are you really living your best life?
look. I can't say affirmative to that last one. I mean, look here. Okay. It's been a weird one.
Hawaii's been a hell of a place.
Actually, it was when I lived in Mexico.
Oh well, of course, that makes more sense.
Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Luchador Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the Luchador told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
This is an Edgeworth heavy shit.
Yeah, this
Fucking
is... sorry.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
That's correct, Emma.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Oh, shit.
Society didn't kill Neil Marshall.
We live in a society.
Oh, shit.
Dick Gumshoe. Luchador Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but you can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Thank God.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, right? It's time to end this.
Yes. Finally. Motherfucker. No.
No, forging full steam ahead. Bitches.
Yes, we'll save it in spot 2. There we go. Last one. Fucking... Gotta keep going.
Gotta get up, gotta get up.
Yeah, it's a catchy song. Looking forward to the sequel show.
Whenever the fuck that happens.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Why do you still wear all the medals?
Miss Lana Sky, You are the Luchador prostituter. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Scott. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
My sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will.
We are the same Dexter.
We're the same Dexter.
Never happened.
It never happened.
So great. I love that show.
First, tell us about your relationship with Luchador Gant. Don't spare any details.
Everything hinges on your testimony.
I'm not wearing anything under these judge robes. Catch my drift.
Judge, put that uncircumcised thing away.
Nah, it's dragging the ground.
Oh shit.
No gear.
What the fuck? Do you think love can bloom on the battlefield?
No, but my dick can.
Yeah,
Anyways.
might as well.
You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
Call my dong to stand.
Oh.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prostituter Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene.
You did it poorly.
My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
That last one seems problematic.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana... If this is true, then that means Luchador Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. I read her live journal.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing her live journal.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Who the fuck still has a live journal?
I don't know that anyone still does. Well, Jim Butcher does.
Seriously?
He puts up, like, helpful things how to write books on there. And it's just a convenient place for that.
Sure, kudos for him, whatever. Doesn't he have his own website?
He does, but I don't think he does it.
But he could.
Yeah, so that's all Priscilla, though.
Oh, okay.
I worked alongside Gant for years.
How many years, exactly?
Like one. Ever since I made Senior Detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. The time skip before that.
Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
Testify.
She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory.
I don't believe you.
Miss Lana Sky, are you aware that you're being a lying bitch right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman.
Mental perjury.
You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright?
This bitch?
Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
Yes, you did.
And? I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago, but...
See, appropriate holding. Just like, hold on.
Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life.
But what she did was justifiable as self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
When I found Prostituter Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene.
You say you did this all by yourself.
Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
Thank you, Edgeworth, for finally chiming in on all this.
It seems I was the first person to discover the scene.
Well, next to Neil.
The broken prostituter award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think that's what was said before.
Yeah, that's not right. That's what we were thinking, but that's not right. That's what he was using to do the stabby thing, but no.
Oh, right. The victim being Joe Dark, right? Or maybe not.
Huh.
What? But Prostituter Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prostituter's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You mean Prostituter Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
Yeah. Shame you killed that guy.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, I'm your Wonderwall.
Every now and again, something stupid like that just catches me off guard. I never... Okay, he's never said Wonderwall, I think, in the entire 3 years that I've known him.
That's true. I don't really listen to that song.
Yeah.
Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body.
I don't know if you understand.
She's like,
No. It takes a bit to break the tip of a knife, especially a significant tip like she had. Like, you can get like a little bitty like millimeter or something like that. That's easy to do. You can do it with a steak while cooking. But, never mind. Never mind.
My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
did we press on that last one?
Fuck! God damn it!
Those last
No.
two.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
I know. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. Blah blah blah. She's fabricated.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I'm gonna go back to prostitute that shit. Not prostitute. Press on that shit. You gotta get Lana to talk more.
Either way,
If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction.
Okay. God damn it. Yeah, I know. Blackmail theory, fabricated evidence, broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the wood. Then move the body. Tell me more about that.
You planted the tip of Dark's thing into the body.
and then you move the body?
But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I gotta ask for the sake of others.
Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body?
Yeah, that's probably the more significant question.
The body seems to be the important.
If she did plant the knife, I would understand that since she's trying to cover up for Emma, right?
Right, but why move the body?
When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Luchador Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan.
Oh shit.
Pieces of the jar, you mean?
Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that.
Oh yeah, did you pronounce that just to make it seem like Mitch Hedberg would?
Yeah, that's exactly why I did that.
Yeah.
They say the recipe for Sprite is lemon and lime, but I tried to make it at home. There's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
That's nice.
My only motivation was to get Dart convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
So, you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright?
At least 2 more.
Emma didn't do it. Period.
Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence.
She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prostituter, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, it's just lying, and we did this one before.
Yeah.
So I think that because it's clear that she did it because he wrote her name on the jar.
Right.
So we need to present the jar somewhere.
Yeah. And now that
Maybe-
she mentioned the jar was part of the plan.
Exactly.
In that expanded one.
That's
okay.
what I thought.
Okay. No way she could have done it. Lana to talk more. Lana, she's lying, and she's about to slip up, make it blah 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 blah. Okay. No truth. Fabricated the evidence. Broke out the tip of Dark's knife. Pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. There we go. Where's that jar? Hello.
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where the Neil Marshall was murdered? I say.
The Neil Marshall?
Oh yeah.
I looked at the microphone like I'm on Parks and Rec. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it doesn't work, but like still.
Right. I feel like Garrison could feel it.
Yes.
Right.
He must know.
He understands.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's a very jarring accusation.
Yeah.
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring everyone's attention to a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prostituter must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. At point
Unless he broke it when he was bleeding and writing on it.
Or she broke it because it had Emma's name on it.
Oh.
Fuck that shit.
Yeet. And that's also why he was holding that in the safe.
Yeah.
As part of the blackmail.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
We might do one more episode of this.
God damn it, no, we're pushing through.
Okay.
No more episodes. We're at 65.
Order. We could push it out to 69, I'm just saying.
No.
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Critical here.
Something critical.
Luchador prostituter. It seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
I don't know either what the fuck I said. Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth like the glue on this jar.
Oh shit.
Very
Nice.
well.
Good one.
Oh, yeah, that's good,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
The witness may now say something.
Continue her testimony.
Continue the testimony.
Sorry.
Care for the pizza?
Yes, we will be getting pizza after today's recordings.
Fuck yes. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood.
The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
How fucking long were you in this room before anybody else walked in?
Like 30 minutes.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't Luchador Prostitutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
All right. We're gonna jar in message in blood.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar.
So the jar was already broken.
It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
Man, fuck you, Judge.
Zing.
But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
Oh! I like it.
You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. You really expect us to believe...
The fucking spikes on the audio thing. That.
You didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
Also, my sister was there.
So, you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar.
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. And snorted them.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you do that for me, Cocaine?
It seems you two might make up yet over cocaine.
Yeah, I love cocaine. That's why I'm going into this field of forensic stuff.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
Dude, what do you think that fingerprint powder is?
Yeah, spritzy mercury dust or something.
Yeah, just cocaine.
If something happened upon the scene or someone, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
I already came. This is rather shocking.
To be safe, I wiped away the blur.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prostitute Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
The blood.
The blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana. I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all.
Oh, yeah?
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry some spritzy wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
No, you did not.
All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
So, you illegally rearranged the crime scene.
Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. She can go back to treating you badly because you're a murderer and everyone knows it now. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prostitute's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in here in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight.
She's trying to become Luchador herself.
Yeah, she must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around.
Don't turn around. Okay, so blood traces, jar, smashing shit. Good questions.
So wouldn't she have taken like a picture then if she's always carrying cameras around and shit?
Could be. Could be.
I feel like she just like specifically pointed that out.
Yeah. But, like, how do I get her to do that?
Why did she give us the evidence law book?
Dark in the room, don't have time to check it out. To be safe, I'll wipe with blood.
The blood.
The blood.
The fragments are large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I can think about was what was playing before they were discovered. And that's the end. Yeah, evidence law.
Like, why did she give that to us?
Well, we checked it out, and it's no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department, or unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. She gave that to us because she said we're going to take Gant on. We needed that.
Okay, but she doesn't want us to do that.
Right. I feel like the photo thing that she said she took all the time for the autopsy report, whatever the fuck this is, whenever we can do that.
That whole book had 2 rules in it.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Look, it has a duck on the picture, okay? It's a kid's book.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good one. There has to be something here that we can present that's really good. Floor plans, not that photo. On his cell phone, which, no. Have you seen my attorney's badge? Could be an attorney's badge.
She didn't get all the jar pieces, though, right?
Yeah, she didn't.
So,
because there was that one still inside the safe.
So the one where she said, I think we got them all, we present the jar?
I can't think of anything better, so I'm sure I got them all. Ah, fuck it.
Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of this jar in Luchador Gant's safe.
In the Luchador safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prostitutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Luchador Gant got there before you.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I had wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? I can.
You dumb fucking
I
judge.
can't believe that.
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Luchador Gant. At the time, he was looking fine for Doc downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
To get the piece. Wouldn't fit in their safe otherwise.
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
I'm gonna say it. He said it! Jesus. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Oh, we're stupid.
I can't believe it. Oh my god.
We gotta grab that screenshot when you go back over this video.
Jesus.
Damon Gann arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and yoink the piece. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Luchador Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. And Gondor's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the Luchador's puppet.
Ah, damn.
No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Luchador. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. My sake, even.
Yeah.
I got sake in this flask.
Yeah, that's actually spritzy. You know, just drink it like
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Foul lies. Imagine that coming from my own client.
Well, she is a prostitute.
Yeah, that's true. Can't trust prostitutes.
I guess you do seem to the type who likes to twist the truth.
Man, fuck you, Judge.
Wait a minute, man.
Yeah, alright.
Mispronounce my name.
What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana may be right after all.
What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Absolutely.
You think this is my real voice?
Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of prostitute Marshall might also be a lie.
Oh, shit.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will.
Pipe down, Emma. I can't.
Yes, you can. It's okay.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
Look, it's either you testify and you get the death penalty, or you don't testify and you get the death penalty. That's fine.
This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
Fantastic.
All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time.
Damn straight. Actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Luchador Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
No, she totally did it. We just did that so that way you would testify like that.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Where's your camera, bitch? We know you got it.
She's got it.
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
So it's in that fucking book then.
Oh, some spiciness.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it.
The only picture in this thing is of a duck.
Are you saying Neil Marshall was a duck?
Yes,
That
it's true.
would be great.
It's me, McCree. I didn't even read what she said. I'm sorry.
Thought it might be needed. Anyways,
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
But faith no more. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
okay. And there
Alright,
we go.
that checks out.
We're going to check it. And, oh, hey, look, we can actually do this. Oh, Pio. Okay, tell me what that is.
Oh.
Oh, shit!
That's shitty quality camera, Lana.
Yeah, but, you know, DS, so Game Boy, whatever.
Hey, there's a picture here.
There we go. Looks much better now.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
Oh, my.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Lana's picture inserted into the court record. Fantastic, thank you.
Ooh, Mr. Wright! That piece cut out of his vest. Could that be...
The cloth we found inside Luchador Gant's safe. What's this?
What's this? What's this? There's handprints everywhere.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
What's this? It's from a little murderer.
That cloth, it had fingerprints on it.
Yes, it did.
Whosever,
Yeah, who's ever?
whose ever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's coral blue number 5.
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Again.
Thank you. Hopefully we can get to the end of this.
Ow! You're sharp again all of a sudden. Oh, also Foggy's here.
Yeah.
When I arrived, I found...
Oh shit, I didn't do that. Motherfucker.
Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Luchador Gant.
You should have been here for the other ones.
I thought you were at lunch. What? Now because you want me to make out with the bad guy?
Yeah, I want you to make out with the bad guy.
Yeah.
Edgeworth's right over there. Go at it. He shot
Okay.
somebody, you know.
If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. I thought it was a board game.
Just sit back, relax, and be convicted of murder. Also the noose tightening around your neck.
Damn. Fucking Edgeworth getting me.
GG, Udgy.
Thank you.
Oh, he's speaking Polish now.
Yeah.
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone. So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right?
Absolutely.
Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death?
100%.
Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Well, it's not quite that conclusive. It just shows that she touched his jacket, but sure, let's go with that.
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Don't make out with the murderer, Emma. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Instead of Edgeworth.
Yeah.
What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prostituter Marshall.
I don't think so.
I want to. I want to because it's evidence, and I've been bitching about using this thing for like 3 fucking episodes.
Save first, and then do it.
No.
Oh, okay.
We should save. Okay. We're gonna save first, and I'm gonna say no. Because I think it wants us to show no.
My mind's telling me no.
Because that way, if we say no, then he gave up the fact that he doesn't have it anymore. And then Lana's like, oh, never mind. I can testify all I want.
Yeah.
There's no evidence. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
So I think cannot show is the right choice. As much as I want to show, we're going to choose cannot show. And if I fuck up, then we saved. So whatever.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie! Luchador Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even know you had a safe.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Emma, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Luchador?
What you talking about?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chestal region? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
Motorcycle.
What? That means you, the Luchador of Police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Well, not really. I mean, they have the Blue Badger now.
Fuck. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
Oh yeah?
What? You mean you admit to it?
We don't have to let him testify. We can tell him to fuck off, you know.
Yes.
We did it like 5 minutes ago.
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay on her sister, then when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky with your penis?
I told her to arrange all the evidence with my penis. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
A nice way to say blackmail.
Yeah.
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police cheat Luchador by dumb luck. See this jar fragment?
Well, it was with the jar. Okay.
I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Mr. Edgeworth. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So, you admit to it then, Luchador Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being Luchador and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle,
Goddamn right. Like half the series is this one fucking case.
but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
Do we need to save again? I'm gonna save
Yeah, might as well. But, I mean, the jig's pretty much up now, right?
Is it? We can keep going. You're like, nah, I shoved it up my ass, man. It's gone. Okay. So now we show the evidence.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Fuck it. At least I do finally get to show it.
That's true.
You know, I fulfilled both needs.
You feel very good about it.
If we had shown it the first time, you think it might have just played out pretty kind of similarly, or would it have been like, no, fuck you? Because we wouldn't have gotten Luchador Gant to admit to all this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it probably would have not been great.
It might have still been able to work out, but I think this way is ultimately better the way they wrote it.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered prostitute and Marshall.
It's my attorney's badge.
It's got his blood all over it.
not that one. There it is.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prostitution requests this be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be an authentic, conclusive evidence.
Shut up, Edgy.
You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Rido had all this time to present this evidence, yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know?
Of course he already knows.
You know whose fingerprints are on that?
You should too. Come on, Edgy.
But, Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Of course I know.
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Her.
Yes, Angel.
Yeah, blame it on her.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you're really something, Rido. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove prostitute and Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Sky,
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't...
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
what?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I should know, because I did it.
Yeah, I did it first.
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy!
Not my badge!
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that?
Who really killed prostituter Neil Marshall?
What?
Luchador Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
Oh yeah?
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Luchador Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
Sure.
So-
I have that.
It's probably that picture that she gave us, right?
Yeah, probably this one. And let's take a look. Okay. How does it contradict? Is it just the shape of the damn thing?
Maybe.
Blood.
Oh yeah, there's no blood on it.
And there's blood on his shirt. It looks like it was cut off beforehand, and then he was... Okay. Haha. That's pretty damn clever.
Interesting. And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured, blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait, there's no blood on it.
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prostituter aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
Albert.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, Luchador, fucker, let me ask you something.
Luchador fucker.
Prostituter Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prostituter and impaled him on the armorer's sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prostitute's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago. That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic.
Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
Very sexy.
It's finally all over.
Fucking hell. Oh, God damn it. Oh,
what's this?
He's all sad. Oh, that was close, Rhino. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order, order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji. Earlier, old Rido here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Rido? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
No, I didn't. At this point in time, it's different.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
Not true.
But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looked like the last laughs on you, son. Nano machine, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Rat?
Oh shit.
It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Rat, do you admit to it?
I admit to everything.
That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
I admit that I purposely did it. I don't admit the illegally part.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I admit I refused to present it at one point.
So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh? No more Luchador?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
Oh, good point. That's he made the police officer say, "Hey, you need to present it," and gave enough details to make it legal.
Fucking clever.
I like that. That's pretty good. Anyways,
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Edgy, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
And that's where the
It's
book
the
comes
book,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
See this cute duck.
Yeah, this is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence of law with the ducky on the cover.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Luchador. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book, the second rule of evidence law.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Well, okay. I would have liked it if he did. You know, I thought that twist would have been a bit more clever.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Rule
Fine.
2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall? When was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago. No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Oh, yes. No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the Luchador of Police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prostitutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you!
Don't worry about it. Holy shit!
Oh, that's good stuff.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman!
Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then, all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Did we have a good one?
I don't think so, so it's all you, man.
Yeah.
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall.
So I pissed in his locker. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. That's my job.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put that body in my car? Bitch, I'm gonna sue you for upholstery.
I'm gonna sue you for upholstery.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Yeah, it's fair. Look at my suit.
Leaving the prostitution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker?
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So,
Why? Thank you. Anyways.
so you left the jar fragments in the glove.
The glove.
That love glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
He seems awfully chill about it.
Yeah. He's an old man. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. I should know. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same Dexter. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
So, yeah. Guilty. Can we be done with this?
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Dame again. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example of others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Rido here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of new beginning. He's a strange, sad little
Yeah,
man.
he's fucking weird.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes.
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top.
Aww.
I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky,
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing, Baka!
liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job!
In light of this case, It seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us.
Yes.
Miss Scott,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder. However, although the Luchador blackmailed you, the fact is still you acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of all these heavy chains.
Look, if you're into BDSM that much, then let us know. Alright? I mean, it's fine. Might even join.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
No shit!
Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty.
Confetti!
Huzzah! Yay! Confetti!
Good times!
Sometimes there's also confession confetti.
Oh yes, that's a good time.
That is all. This court is adjourned. I got a pizza to eat.
Yeah. Alright. So now we're outside the courtroom, so...
At long last, it's finally over.
This bitch.
Emma,
Ellipsis.
why the long face? Is it because you're hurt at all those murderer cracks that I made earlier?
Yeah, it's true. We did kind of go with that.
I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of that.
She didn't say Faye.
No, she did not.
She just said Mia. Ooh, contradictions.
Right?
I owe you my thanks, Miss
Contradictions in the testimony. That bitch is guilty!
Yeah, I know.
Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yep.
You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days.
I do remember this from just a minute ago.
Yeah, we were just there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. It was great. We took a screenshot and everything.
You know, I did my best too.
Yeah, you did very good not quite murdering that guy.
Yeah.
But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Okay, bye. Fucking what?
Wait, Detective Gumshoe! What is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
I have seen happier people at funerals. I've known some asshole people that have died.
Yeah.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
Because of you.
Yeah. That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone, Pilgrim.
Oh. This fancy lady.
Lana?
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago,
Oh, hi, Cat.
Yeah, he's a hungry boy.
was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in this mess. Sis,
My sister.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day.
The fine luchador.
Yeah.
I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, given the fucking circumstances, I'm such a fool. It took me all the time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis,
That's an upbeat in the music. All right.
I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. I like her smile.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Oh, Emma.
It's better than her just turning around in a chair
Yes.
without the chair also turning. Oh, that's adorable. Thank you.
Totally adorbs.
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask?
Well, that's how that works.
Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on towards a brighter future.
That's
Is that
adorable.
the end? Oh.
At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters wake up.
Makeup. Makeup.
Either way.
Yeah, fuck it.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
I swear that was a W. Anyways.
Me?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here.
He's just like behind the potted plant.
Yeah, he shuffles over, just like.
Where was he hiding?
There was a diva bomb.
Oh, shit.
I just came to say... Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Luchador Gant was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me.
We're the same, Dexter.
Yes, that is how you said that.
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But, Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Luchador Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prostituter. Edgeworth,
Switch to defense.
don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. Murder.
Yeah, all you have to do is be not good at your job. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because you're not.
You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
huh? What? Sorry, I was miles away. Oh, yeah. Wait, is this a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
Here's my attorney's badge.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the Lana's picture might be one. Book. Evidence locker. Glove. Goodman's lost item report.
Spritzy, spritzy.
This thing? Crime photo? I have no idea. The fuck are we talking about here? The blue badger.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, it must be it. Do we-
Neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
Yeah.
Oh, the complete evidence list? Because he had half and we found half?
Oh. Duh. I'm fucking dumb.
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Luchador Prostituter.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prostituter in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgy, I'll be waiting for you in court.
For when you do fuck up and then I have to prosecute against you.
Farewell.
Or defend you. Which already happened. We can do it again.
Yeah.
Shoot somebody else.
Yeah, let's see that picture of you holding the gun again.
Yeah.
I'd better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you.
With the duck.
I like the duck.
Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Later, bitches.
Nice. Wholesome ending.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun.
Well, no. She's 16. It began 16 years ago. Come on, dude. You know how numbers work.
And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. In Edgeworth's eyes.
Oh. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief Luchador Prostituter. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But,
I thought you said it was okay, as long as we didn't talk about it.
yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. I assume you borrowed the money from Luchador Gant.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I asked him for that $50 and he just gave it.
you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill.
Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
I just keep saying huh, apparently.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
The fuck?
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Nice.
Okay,
Finally.
so in what is by far our longest series,
And a very
and
long episode.
probably one of the best ones.
I think we did it really well.
I arranged for a friend in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top corner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days as the prostitutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
That's nice. Good for you.
Getting a fine epilogue then.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very good visual novel.
I really liked it.
Yeah, and we've got 2 more.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, though.
Yeah. Next up is going to be Crash Bandicoot 2.
Yikes.
I'll be playing.
I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the Luchador's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'll be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily, Pilgrim.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crash 2, and he's playing it. I played the first one, I hated it. I never want to play Crash again. But he still wants to play the other 2.
Right. Then we do Crash 2, then Phoenix Wright 2, then Crash 3, then Phoenix Wright 3.
Exactly.
And then finally we'll move on. So in about 3 years' time,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
we'll be done with that cycle.
Who knows if this is the longest Phoenix Wright game? I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say his shit. Let's
Yeah.
just, keep going.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who the fuck is Billy?
Billy? Billy Idol?
Billie Eilish?
Oh, yeah. she's the more popular one right now.
No, you're not going to make detective.
No, you're fucking awful. And I...
Fuck off, Meekins.
Yeah. Just awful. Truly terrible.
Yeah, so if you were to give this game a rating, what would it be?
Let's see, this originally came out on the GBA with a re-release for the DS.
Yes.
I know the graphics kind of got out of hand and looked all jaggedy looking.
Yeah.
Fucking Blue Badger. Just being a Blue Badger. Alright. I think that's where it's just blown up. I think if I played this on the DS, the graphics would have been great.
I mean, this is the HD re-release. Oh, no! Rip.
Well, it was gonna get out of 10 out of 10 until they killed the Blue Badger.
Yeah, what a rude bitch.
Now it's like a fucking 2, I guess. I don't know. Goddamn. Yeah, I really like this game.
It's a great game.
I really like some of the crazy conclusions. I don't like their chord system.
Yeah, what is it? Can't you see him having a showdown with Steak, pal? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the gods, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Yeah, alright.
Who the fuck is Billy?
Is Billy your cactus?
Maybe.
Could be. Will I am? You just call him Billy because you're friends.
Yes, of course.
Ah, this bitch.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while.
Oh.
As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The Right Way Lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer's as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller about exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Oh, okay. I know how much kids are all about that turnabout.
Yes. Banjo.
I really liked all the characters, for the most part, except Meekins.
Yeah, fuck me.
I like the investigation. I like the whole idea behind this game.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after that trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh, no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. It's with my pizza.
Oh, that's what his chair looks like. What was I saying? The music is good. It doesn't particularly stand out in too many ways, but it's a nice background filler, and it keeps the pace going, and it fits with the tensions of the moment.
It fits the theme.
Yeah, so it's definitely good.
There's only so much you could do on the GBA.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, hey.
Hey, girl. Ah! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you in your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin.
Oh, shit. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. I had a lot of fun doing the voices.
Yes,
and all that stuff
me
in
as
this
well.
game. Yeah, we created so many inside jokes.
Yes.
Goodness.
Don't let us forget them, Garrison.
Right. But that's also another thing. We actually had a consistent viewer for this game.
Yes, which is probably the best part.
That really helped keep us going.
Yeah.
Because, goodness. Halfway through this last mission, I was just like, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But in the back of my head, I was like, no, I must do it for the garrison.
Mr. Edgeworth. Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? A fantastic letter for me?
Yes. The fantastic letter says this mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
Motherfucker. Okay, so when we went to go see the Harlequin movie, apparently there's a Wendigo movie coming out, which is bullshit.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. It has a cute duck.
Yeah, it reminds me of Lana. She's a little duck. Oh, okay. Do we have to turn that back cover to reveal a picture of Lana? Oh, what is this? That's adorable.
I love it.
Okay, 10 out of 10 game.
Yes.
Yep.
I agree. Anyway, even if not that. It was like there were some frustrating bits, and some of the writing was like, oh, okay, if you say so. But
Yeah, some of the bits are very much leap of faith, kind of dumb.
yeah,
But overall, I really enjoyed it.
yes,
It was
an excellent
great.
first game for a series.
Yeah, knocked it out of the park, man. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Music was good. Game was fun. Had lots of fun moments in it. Excellent for playing on the channel.
Yeah. So next time, Bobby will be playing Crash 2. We'll play through that, and then we'll come back for Phoenix Wright 2.
Y'all gonna see me rage.
Yes, that's going to be fun. Or he's just going to do everything perfectly, and I'm going to feel like a loser.
No, I remember that game.
Yeah.
As much as I love the Crash games, I'm gonna rage. That's where my rage began as a lad.
Against the machine, I assume.
Actually, my rage as a lad began somewhere else. Anyways, next time, we should probably do our
Let's
shout-outs.
do shoutouts.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My shout out is towards the Bon Appetit YouTube channel because they've been popping up on my feed recently a whole bunch of like, hey, this person makes this, or like these chefs try to say what they hate to eat, and then another chef will cook it for them in a way that they're going to try and tolerate, and it turns out no, they don't, because when you hate food, you just fucking hate the food. It's fine. You're allowed to hate things. I don't know if you know that.
Delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Yeah. But they have like a little test kitchen thing, and they do a whole bunch of stuff with it, and I dig it. I've been watching some of the episodes. I'm like, yeah, all right, this is nice, lighthearted, isn't all serious. So I like it a lot. Plus some good food tips.
Yes.
All right, on to you, sir.
I'm going to do a shout out kind of similar or kind of related to last time, I guess. So I've been playing through Fire Emblem again, but also similarly, I also watched through Steins Gate 0 recently on the dub version. And in both Fire Emblem Three Houses and Steins Gate 0 is a voice actress named Cherami Leigh.
She's nice.
I think I'm saying her name correctly.
She'll correct us if we're saying it wrong.
Yes, call us up. Yell at me, please.
Yeah, well, she's about to be in the area.
Oh, that's true.
We can go say hi and be like, is this how you pronounce your name? Because we have it recorded, and she'll be like, fucking no, delete that recording.
Yeah, I want her to yell at me. Anyway, so she's the voice of Lady Rhea in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
And it's fantastic.
She's great, especially
Oh
when
my
she's
God.
mad and yelling. Oh my god. But she's also Suzuha in Steins Gate and Steins Gate 0,
Which is great.
which is a good range.
Yeah.
Man, just those two things alone, I'm like, oh shit. She's in all sorts of other stuff too, but like those are the relevant things in my brain right now. So yeah, she's great. So, play Fire Emblem and watch the dub of Steins Gate and Steins Gate 0.
Watch the sub.
Watch both.
Yeah, that's fair. Watch both. It's a fantastic series.
I
Worth a
assume that the
rewatch.
sub is also very great, but the dub is fucking amazing.
Do-do-do. Anyways, that's it for this game. Let us know what you guys thought. Let us know if you're looking forward to the next ones in the trilogy. It was an absolute blast playing
Yeah.
it for you, and thank you for all the support.
And this is probably our second or third longest episode.
Ever.
I
Not
mean,
quite as long as Ori.
well, okay. So Mother 3 was 3 hours.
Yeah.
The finale was.
Yeah, and I think Ori was at hour 50.
Yeah, okay. I think that was a lot closer, yeah.
Yeah. So we better cut it off here before it
Anyway.
ends.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.